This is Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined by the Mayor of West Hollywood, Lindsey Horvath. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
I want to speak with you about what's known as R2, Measure R2, which would extend the sales tax the voters passed in 2008 under Measure R. It would be quite an extension for 40 years, raising about $120 billion for transportation projects.
It's a very exciting proposition, especially for our city. We are advocating the northern extension of the Crenshaw line.
Okay.
But back to Measure R, we voted overwhelmingly for Measure R. Our community voted over 80% for Measure R. So we're very excited about the prospect of getting rail to West Hollywood. We have done our city's planning, mixed-use development, transit-oriented development in anticipation of Metro coming to West Hollywood. We're doing all the things that are right to do, and so we're very excited about the possibility.
The challenge, though, is that in 2012, the voters of the county were asked to extend the Measure R sales tax for 30 years. That was Measure J, and it failed by 0.5%.
Yep.
It needed 2/3, 66.66. It got 66.11. What do you feel about now, 4 years later, coming back? It was such a small margin, but do you feel as if the voters will be generous this time around?
Well, you know, our city took on Measure J much in the same way we did Measure R. We were overwhelmingly supportive of Measure J as well because we are so transit deprived.
Right.
And I think as we're sort of taking a look at what some of the areas are that need transportation, if you look at the Crenshaw line and all the communities that will be served, it's the lowest median income along this alignment.
Okay.
Communities that are underserved not only by transportation but in all aspects. So these are people who are looking to get across town for jobs. These are people who are looking to access medical services like Kaiser and Cedars-Sinai if the northern extension is approved and prioritized. They're looking to get to arts and cultural destinations.
But let me ask you, because folks felt that Measure J went down in large part because not all stakeholders felt as if they were included, in that case specifically the San Gabriel Valley. Do you feel as if the proponents of R2 have sufficiently spread out the wealth so that all communities feel as if they'll participate?
Well, I think that's the conversation that they're having right now. You know, I was at the Metro meeting after the budget, the proposed budget was there, and there were some comments, and in fact, a lot of us were there saying we think that the Crenshaw line, including the northern extension, is actually a better use of funds than perhaps some of the other alignments.
But how do you make sure it doesn't get parochial and you start having folks saying, well, you're not including us, so we're going to oppose R2?
Well, we focus on metrics. We know that Metro is really looking at the metrics, so we want to make sure our argument is reflective of that. And we hired the same folks that do the study for Metro to do our study. And so they took a look at the alignment coming north off of Crenshaw, and there were 3 options that are considered. And if you look at the most increased ridership along every single alignment happens when you extend Crenshaw up through San Vicente, connecting through Cedars-Sinai, and then up to the Red Line.
I must tell you, I live below the West Side Pavilion, and the Expo line is about to open. I mean, it's life-changing. I can feel it already. There is a bike path that is open now that is clean and crisp and being used. I mean, this is the LA, look, I don't want to take a position, but this is the LA we all hoped for when we were growing up, the LA County.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, I'm a big bike advocate as well. We've been creating bike lanes and bike infrastructure.
As part of Metro, that's the thing.
Yes, absolutely.
It's all connected.
Absolutely, and we want to make sure that we're giving people options to get out of their cars one by one, especially for us down Santa Monica Boulevard.
Right,
so we've been working.
Can get so congested.
Exactly, we've been working with the Century City TMO on transportation options.
That's another conversation.
You know,
will you come back?
Absolutely.
Her name is Lindsey Horvath. She is the mayor of beautiful West Hollywood. I'm Brad Pomerance, Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.